Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Dogecoin. We're going to do a full update right here on Dogecoin. We'll talk about what happened over the last 24 hours, which is obviously a pullback. We'll do a brief recap of the video I did yesterday. I covered Dogecoin yesterday as well. And there we already knew that that there was some bearish momentum coming, right? And if you, or at least that we knew it was a possibility. So if this comes as a surprise, I have some good news and bad news. The bad news is that that you weren't monitoring the chart well enough, but the good news is that you can learn that, right? I mean, what we said yesterday, to stay on the 4-hour time frame when the price was right here, right? So the price had just broken down below the yearly rolling VWAP, which is pretty crucial, right? And we also had a bearish divergence right here, which we spoke about, which is a bit of a bad sign. And we knew that the general altcoin index, aka others, started to slow down and started to lose some momentum, and also looked a little bit more likely that was going to pull back. You can watch that in all of the videos, right? That's what I said. So what we said yesterday in the video is that it was most likely we would drop down into the 7-day rolling VWAP and into this major support level right here between 25 and 24.5 cents. Which is what we did, and initially we actually got a pretty good reaction there as well. You can see the volume was extremely high, dropping down into that, and we actually found some support first, which you cannot see on the 4-hour time frame, but still we did. However, what I said is that we needed to get a very strong reaction from there, and reclaim some levels, and that's not what we did, right? We got a decent reaction, but after that, absolutely no push through by the buyers, right? And we actually closed another red candle with low volume, but still a red candle after that. And that's what we've continued to do afterwards. And what we have done after that, with the continued pullback in the markets, is we have actually lost the uptrend right here on the 4-hour time frame. Which, look, it barely happens that a crypto loses the uptrend and instantly gets into a downtrend. It's much more likely that we get into a consolidation. But that is also what I do expect right here. All right, I think it's a little bit more likely with the top confirmations we already had here at the top, around 28.5 cents, with the breakdown below the yearly rolling VWAP, and now also with the breakdown below the 4-hour trend. Look, the 12-hour trend and the daily trend are still super bullish, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But I do think that at least on the lower time frames, it's more likely right here for Dogecoin that we might retest some imbalances we've made to the upside, but that we will drop down a little bit lower into the main support level we have towards 20.5 cents. And that it's more likely that we're going to consolidate a little bit here first before ultimately rallying again. Because if you look at the higher time frames for altcoin indices, so the others chart, for example, look, do I think this is the start of an uptrend? Yes, I do. Right, so I think that's going to be positive, and I think that's going to introduce a bullish structure for Dogecoin as well. But doing something like this is actually a bullish structure, right? And this consolidation can also take a little bit less long. You shouldn't imagine that the candles are going to move exactly like this. Obviously not, but that's kind of the range which we will move into. I would say that's most likely. All right, at this point of time for Dogecoin, a little bit more bearish momentum over the course of the next couple of next week, next 2 weeks, into that main support level right here between 22 and 21 cents. Stability, and then at some point of time a reclaim of, in my opinion, the most important level at 24.5 cents. Where yesterday that was a very important support level. Right now it's a very crucial resistance level to break above. It is a possibility that we reclaim that level very soon, right? So that we're able to do something like this. That is a possibility. If Bitcoin recovers if Bitcoin starts breaking out and the Bitcoin dominance drops down, this is a possibility. However, given those top signals, given the lack of momentum just in general for Dogecoin now, I would say this is a bit more likely. But I'll keep you updated on that. That is at least what I think you need to know for now. So take care in these markets. Have a great week, and bye.